Good morning. My name is Sean Webb. I'm the Director of Community Engagement in the Educational Foundation, at least for the next couple of weeks. And you are watching Classroom Conversations. We're the community engagement show that engages everybody great in desert sands and talks about all the fantastic things. You can see we've got some fantastic flags behind me. We've got some a new relationship, a great partnership with the Coachella Valley Firebirds. I want to congratulate them for winning last night, and they'll have their upcoming game on Friday for Game 5 in the playoffs. Those of you watching with Desert Sands, I'll be sending out a link for group tickets as soon as I receive them. It's pretty exciting with this partnership with them. They've been a great asset and great, I'll just say great teammate here in the Coachella Valley with our schools. Last night at the game, pretty excited. I didn't get any photos of it, but I'm sure you'll be able to see it on social media. But last night at the game, they partnered with Palm Desert High School. And at Palm Desert High School, they had their cheer team as people were walking in, as well as the drum line playing for the team as they came out of the tunnel. So a very exciting event. I got a bravo to Mr. Mazet and Mr. Killian over there who helped make that arrangement happen with them. But exciting times here at Desert Sands. Moving on. I've got some things that I'll be moving on to, and we've got a special show today. But before we move on, I want to just make sure to wish everybody happy May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Very excited to be a Star Wars fan. And, this is something I've always celebrated each and every day of my career. Each and every year of my career, I've always made sure to wear a different Star Wars shirt. And there's one of my close buddies that I work with over at Palm Desert High, as well as at the district office, Kevin Bebo. But, let's go ahead and we've got a fun show today. I do want to talk a little bit about what's going on with Desert Sands. You can keep most up to date with everything going on with Desert Sands by going to DSUSD.us. Here's the website. One of the greatest things that we have here is you can go to Peach Jar Flyers and you can sign up for the school site or school sites that your family represents, and you can get automated email sent to you as updates are coming through. As well as we have our news and announcements that talk about everything great that's going on up to date. Got our 2023 Teachers of the Years that are listed. We just had our most recent front and center where our team of Jan Diaz, Sean Insinius, as well as Mary Perry worked with different department. They highlighted warehouse and purchasing. So you want to check out that video there. But everything that you want to know about Desert Sands, go to DSUSD.us. Check us out with news and announcements. Jan and Mary do an amazing job with the communication department with keeping that up to date. But we've got a real special visitor today. As I shared with you guys, I'll be moving on. I've taken a job with Riverside County Office of Education. This is actually my last episode of Classroom Conversations. This has been quite a fun time being with Desert Sands for the last 17 years of my career, last 4 years being the Director of Community Engagement in the Educational Foundation and overseeing this department and overseeing the foundation, see it grow and flourish. Been a lot of excitement there. But let me go ahead. I'm going to bring on a special guest. We started this back in April of 2020 with a certain show called Coffee with Chef Mary. And Chef Mary has come along to join us today. Good morning, Chef Mary. How are you?
Oh my gosh. Good morning. How are you? I was
I'm
watching
fantastic.
I was watching some old episodes, and I just had to laugh because you could definitely tell that you and I had just crawled out of bed because you had this wild hairdo and then this band around your head. And I thought, I can't believe we actually went online looking that way. But it has been an incredible opportunity and a ride. And we met so many people and we talked about everything and anything. And it was fun. And it's sad that it's coming to an end, but it was just what we needed to do at the time.
You know what? I agree with you completely, Mary. It was definitely something that needed to be done for not just for you and I for our own sanity, but to relate with the community. I remember us doing these episodes, and I know I'm on the Desert Sands Educational Foundation page, but if I go to CoachellaValley.com, where a lot of our videos came out all the time, we're in like 600, 700, 800 views happening all the time. And that was just fantastic. It's fantastic to be able to have that. And I'm for those of you that are watching, you can see that I'm scrolling through our video page on Desert Sands Educational Foundation. These are all the last live videos that we had throughout the Mary. Geez, we've got 3 years of these. 3 years of that we did together from our halftime shows that we did. I see Mr. Walsh from Shadow Hills High School there. To our many times that we were covering food distribution.
Yes, exactly.
Giving out general information. And Mary, I want to thank you for teaming up with me and helping me out with that today. That was outstanding, and it was great just to be able to relate with the community.
It was nice to have a purpose because, once you're kind of home, like, I retired in December and I've been unemployed or retired or quit or whatever you want to call it for the last 5 months. And I kept thinking about, how nice it was that you and I had that Tuesday, Thursday morning to get up and, come up with a show and talk to our guest, and it had a purpose. And what I'm realizing with retirement is like all of a sudden you don't have a purpose. It's kind of weird. It's like you stay busy just to be busy. So I'm hoping I can overcome this hump in the road because I really don't want to go back to work.
Well, Mary, I know that you're always busy with something and keeping up with people, and I see that you're working with the chefs organization in San Diego now, and trying to get sponsorships and scholarships for your kids. That you work with the different culinary schools. So I love your drive.
Well, it's been really fun. I've visited all the culinary colleges here in San Diego, Grossmont and Mesa and San Diego Continuing, and then another San Diego Culinary Arts School. Actually, I went even over to Vista High School and met with Chef Kim with the Pro Start because we had competed with her when I was at the Quinta High School. And it was fun to be back with students again.
Yeah. Oh, no, I bet. I'm just going through these. These are... Wow, there's a lot of things here. Look at this episode from 2 years ago. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. This is how we used to start off the show, where we brought on Chef Mary. I'm actually going to turn off the volume here, but we could just kind of see it. But here, Mary, I'm producing this show from my guest room there. That's what we had to do at the time.
I know. I was either...
There you are. I think this is when you lived at Big Bear, and this is when we're sharing all the great information that's going on about Desert Sands out in the community. So once again, this was a great opportunity, and Classroom Conversations was fantastic for when it was needed during the pandemic to get information out. And so it was just great. Here we are highlighting. I see Mr. Lawson, one of my past bosses in the district. We're talking about all the great things going on here, and it was just fantastic to do.
Well, I think, Sean, too, that you need to tell everyone that you won this award, or the foundation won this award for Classroom Conversations.
Yeah, so Mary Perry will be joining us here later, and we got to thank Mary for her amazing skills and what she does. And I basically gave some bullet points, and she ran with it, and we won a AXA award for community engagement. And that's just fantastic that we were able to do that with Classroom Conversations. It was definitely new and different at the time. But here, Mary, you'll love this. Here's one of the first episodes of Morning Coffee with Chef Mary. And for everybody who wants to see that, the background of the show used to be the La Quinta High Culinary Kitchen. So... we would show different videos in the community and so forth. But look at Mary. Mary, this looks like it was the first time that we were able to get haircuts into the pandemic.
Yes. Yeah.
Because we all know the episodes prior were not like that.
Yeah, you didn't show the other one with your big hair.
Yeah. We don't need to show the afro hair that I had, the big old hair that I had going on. But no, you know what? As I said, Mary, this is going to be a fun show. We got some people that are visiting us and so forth. I want to make sure to give credit where credit's due. For quite some time, we had a guest from Indio, and we had a guest who joined us, one of our school parents, Brooke Berry. And she couldn't listen. She was actually going to join us today, but I just want to make sure to put this up here. Sorry, I can't join you today, but I am listening. I want to thank Sean for including me in so many of these conversations. We wish you all the best and appreciate you to keep you updated at DSUSD. Congratulations on your journey. Thank you, Brooke. It was a pleasure to work with you. For those of you that don't know, the first year that Mary and I were on our StreamYard Access, this beautiful platform we have here, our first sponsor was the city of La Quinta. And then this following year, we had the city of Indio. And then this last year and a half, we've had Agua Caliente as our sponsor. And then this whole time, we're going to thank Craig Campbell at CoachellaValley.com, who's been able to allow us to perform on his platform. So thank you for that. It's been absolutely amazing. But, we also, Chef, I want to tell you, as I told you, we have Stream Bombers coming in today. And joining us, she's in her car. She's on her way to work, is our very own and close friend is Bianca Ray, who's going to join us. So we're going to quickly talk to Bianca. Good morning, Bianca. I know you're driving, so we can't see you, but how are you doing?
Hi, everyone. Yes, I hate being that person that doesn't join video, but I am driving to work right now in the rain in Los Angeles. So I hope you're all doing well. It's so good to be here, Sean. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. Thank you so much. As Mary and I were talking about our first year of doing this, I want to say thank you to you, Bianca. You joined us and came on a couple of our episodes with us, as well as during those first years of pandemic. Thank you. The Bianca Ray Foundation supplied, MiFis for our students. So thank you for that also. In addition to millions of other things you do.
Thank you, Sean. I was just thinking about this morning, actually, as I was preparing for this, thinking like, how big of a role Desert Sands has played. Obviously, not only personally, like I met you, Sean, now one of my closest friends through my experience, but as my career started in the desert, like some of the very first MC, experiences I ever had in the desert were obviously through what I did with the Black Hawk Showdown through Desert Sands. And the biggest development for my foundation, which some people may or may not know about, has been through Desert Sands. Just last year, I'm so grateful we have received funding from the ELOP program, the Expanded Learning Opportunity Program, which has officially allowed Bianca Ray Foundation to have 2 retreats in one school year, which it's always been my dream to have more than one a year. And because of Desert Sands and the ELOP program, now that's a reality. So we had one last fall, we had one this past spring, and now Sean obviously is the co-chair of the retreat. We're already planning now for this fall. And a special thing about this fall, September 23rd, it's actually our 10th retreat. So it's the 10th time the foundation has ever had one of these retreats for middle school kids. We've had more than 4,000 kids attend over the years. So it's just a very special time for the Bianca Ray Foundation. And so much of that is honestly due to Desert Sand. So I'm just so grateful. And Sean, thank you. And I'm so happy for your new journey. I'm sad, but happy for you.
I appreciate it, Bianca. Mary, I want to tell you, Bianca's still a page out of my book. She sent out an email to the committee about the 10th annual retreat. And she put down myself and Kathleen Doyle as the co-chairs. I can see Kathleen in the green room. I don't think, Bianca, did you ever officially ask us to do the 10th? I love that you. I feel like you took that out of my book where I just assumed. We have to have an awkward conversation. So,
I sent out an email after the last retreat said if anybody would like to change their roles, speak now or forever hold their peace. And neither you nor Kathleen said anything. So we couldn't do it without you guys. So I'm hoping you're still on board.
Still on board. Gladly do it. No, thank you so much for your partnership with. I'll just say partnership with Desert Sands, La Quinta High School over the year, and partnership with me. You've been a great friend, and I know that we'll continue this on in other avenues. But thank you so much for just being there, Bianca. You've been awesome.
Thank you. If I could just add to you and Kathleen for both chairing this and helming the past couple retreats, but also bringing us into our decade. I'm so excited. And just for anyone listening who wants to learn more or get involved, if you are in middle school, you can attend. If you're in high school, you can volunteer. We actually have high school kids on our committee. I'd say a large majority of our volunteers are actually high schoolers through specifically the National Charity League organization, but also just high schoolers that reach out on Instagram and say, hey, Bianca, can I volunteer? I'm looking for community service hours. And we love fostering volunteerism at a young age. And if you're a local business listening or an adult who wants to volunteer or donate, we have room for everyone. So it's, Mary, you mentioned purpose, and even though I'm a journalist and I love my career as a journalist, I do feel like this is my purpose in life and my mission. And I know so many people who have found their purpose through volunteering with the Bianca Ray Foundation, whether it's some older people who are retired or high school students who had no idea they wanted to get into philanthropy as a career, and they're learning to love it as a high schooler and starting to want to figure out how to make that a career in their future. So we'd love for anybody who wants to join our Bianca Ray Foundation family. And just thanks for listening, everyone. Thanks for having me.
It's been great.
Always a pleasure.
Bianca, I know that you learned well from Sean because he used to volunteer me for things that I never signed up for.
Oh yes, or yeah, or Sean would be like, "Do you mind? Just all we need is this kind of a donation from you." He'll just put a number amount. Like, I have you. What's the word you use, Sean, when it's like committed? I have you committed. Are you good for that? And I'm like, oh
Yep.
my gosh, sure.
Hey, we got to learn from one another. I love it.
Yes, yes.
Well, Bianca, I know that you're on your way to work. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining us.
Thank
And
you. I do
know
have
we'll
to
be in
hop off.
contact.
Thank you all so much. Okay.
You got it. Have a good one.
Bye.
Hi,
Guys.
Bianca.
Bye.
Oh, geez. She's just a great friend to have. She's been outstanding, a great friend to us and a great friend to the district. Just fantastic.
Oh, I know. I mean, her time at the Blackhawk Showdown was invaluable to take the lead and just keep that whole program moving. And then we went to see her get her star on Palm Canyon Boulevard. Remember that day?
Yep.
That was kind of cool. That was kind of fun. Yes.
Yep. So I'll tell you, we have some other visitors joining us this morning. We're lucky to have two of our executive board members from the foundation. We're going to go ahead and bring on our president, Kathleen Doyle, as well as our vice president, Jerry Neighbors. Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Good
Hi,
morning.
guys. Good morning.
Excellent, excellent. No, I've been, kind of, I'll flat out say, kind of reminiscing about things going on and so forth. So I pulled up some of our events. Without the help of you guys, these things don't happen. Mary, this was our last gala that we just had. It was pretty amazing. This was an event actually that we didn't even plan this, Jerry. Just say you, Gary, and I were all there representing our different, businesses and so forth. But it was great to have us there, this event. But Jerry and Kathleen, thank you for joining us. Kathleen, why don't you lead off first for us?
All right. Well, thank you for having me. I mean, it's kind of a bittersweet moment. I mean, it's just been, Sean and I go way back. We've known each other for, I don't know, I think like 14 years or so.
Since Justine was in 7th grade.
Yeah, sorry, I have a visitor cat here. My oldest was in 7th grade when Sean and I met. She's 27 now. So we've known each other quite a long time. And through the years, just worked together with different things and volunteering. And he employed my, girls and his side businesses along the way there. He just saw me busy in the community and always volunteering with NCL and was like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? And so somehow I ended up here as president of Desert Sands Educational Foundation. And it's a great few years. And Sean, always reached out to us as well. I'm with National Charity League. I'm also the president of that too. So we've always worked close. He's always called on them, going back to the Blackhawk Showdowns with Chef Mary. I know we used to always show up there and volunteer with you guys there. And those were kind of an awesome thing that we've got to do together over the years. So, and then just the foundation, all the work we've done. And I remember before I was on the board, Sean was like, hey, we need help. We're having this first annual gala and I need somebody to decorate. And,
Yes. I remember that one. And the wind
throws things at you like, hey, can you do this? Like Bianca was saying, like, I have you committed and can you bring your team? And I've got some crazy, bizarre idea. And construction needs to meet education was what the theme was. So we pulled off quite the event with apples and cinder blocks and nobody saw my vision, but it worked out. And I think it was a successful first event that Sean put on. So he's just an amazing hard worker. And you know what? It's like I said, it's bittersweet. I know you're not going anywhere. We're still going to continue to see each other.
As I shared, Kathleen, I'm going to be a PTO daddy next.
Yes, exactly.
At one of our schools,
yes.
Right?
I told him
Brooke will be heading to a school soon.
few more years and he'll be back on coming back as volunteer and be on board for the foundation as a parent. So it's exciting to see that kind of evolve, and he'll be taking on a different role in like a parent aspect. So but we're just so excited for his new opportunity and what's to come for him and his family. And it's been an absolute pleasure to work with him for all these years. And like I said, I know it's not the end, so I look forward to continue to work with him. And but he's just been an incredible leader and kept this foundation going. So whoever comes in next has some big shoes to fill. So
well, as I shared with everybody, I'm a text message away, and I'm a creature of habit that I always reach back to the individuals that have helped me out. You being one, you've been absolutely amazing over my entire career with Desert Sands, Kathleen. So thank you very much for your partnership, your friendship. And, it's amazing that we met each other back when Justine, was in 7th grade. And this last weekend, Tara and Justine were enjoying themselves at Stagecoach. So I love that our what was like a school relationship is be developed into a family relationship. So thank you for that. That's outstanding. And I want to bring on one of our other board members. Kathleen, I'm not going to let you go. I'm going to put you, please stay with us. But I want to bring on one of our other board members, Jerry Neighbors, who is our vice president, who I also, there we go. I got you as a ticker down there, Jerry. But Jerry was somebody that I recruited from Palm Desert High School, who I met, and it's just one of the. I wish we would have met when I met Kathleen many years ago, Jerry. But thank you so much. But Jerry, that's all I have. Thank you. Go right ahead.
Thank you is what it is. I mean, I hear a lot about these Blackhawk Showdown. Sounds like a lot of fun, but we connected at Palm Desert High School when you were there working as our assistant principal. Who were at the time I was the Palm Desert High School Foundation president, and Sean was my go-to guy for everything. And so our boys also played football, and I was on the sidelines being the photographer. Best meetings ever on the sidelines during halftime and all that kind of stuff. So, those were super fun years. That you were there, and then when you moved over to Desert Sands Education Foundation, and our kids graduated high school, I get a little bling bling. What are you doing now that your kids graduated? And I tell you what, it has been fantastic being part, taking it to the next level. Because like Kathleen, I think we followed our kids through PTO and wherever it is that we could get plugged in and help, make it a better foundation for our kids to have more programming and raising funds to do different things, and then when our kids were gone, here we are at the foundation with you, and you've been a blessing over there for so many reasons. And Sean, I'm so excited to see the next steps that you're taking in your new endeavor. And Chef Mary, I hope you're not going anywhere, because you're always a joy to have online and do things with. And then the other funny thing about it is, this valley is small. And the one thing that Sean and I found out right away is he knows my family. We all go back, and it's, I'm the youngest of 8. So my other siblings all around, we're all connected here in the community, and it's so fun. And Chef Mary too, my family's in restaurants, to see how all the valley has grown, and how that is feeding back into our schools and our districts and so on and stuff through our fundraisers. So you've been great to work with, Sean, and I know the next step that you go to, you're going to be even more of a blessing. And the reel is going to be fished out when you're in that PTO with your daughter, and you're going to do great things there too, and on a different role. So excited to see everything happening.
Well, thank you so much, Jerry. Like I said, when I got over at Palm Desert High School after being at La Quinta High for so many years, I was like deer in headlights. And if it weren't for individuals like yourself, as well as Mr. Zink, the principal at the time, I would not have been as successful as I was. And we did some great things there, and we've done some great things with the foundation. So thank you so much. One thing I do want to share with both you guys, I've been working through this. This is our actual list of grants. For those of you watching, that's a lot of grants that we've got coming out from our last event. And with that being said, I'm not going to go through all the names, but those of you that are receiving the 81 grants that we're issuing, you'll be getting an email from me shortly. It's fantastic, ladies. I was able to put in a request just the other day for checks, and I came home after getting the checks from you guys, and there's like $17,000 in checks that I was able to deliver to different school sites, deliver to the district office, so we can supply the recorder program for all of our elementary students next year. So thank you so much for that and that partnership. We've done some amazing things with the foundation. I think I calculated some 200 plus grants.
Yeah, that's a labor of love, those grants right there, because I know firsthand how you're going through and ordering those things and making it happen. And so thanks for going the extra mile as usual. And you're going to continue to grow in their next endeavor. We're excited for you. Well done.
Thank you. And just lastly, a couple of other things I want to highlight about the foundation in the last couple of years. let's see here. We established the marquee events, the Foundation Steam Gala, as well as the Foundation Express. We kind of started the Chili Dog Open, which we have May 8th. So thank you for that. And one of the biggest things and near and dear to my heart that we started as a foundation, we took something absolutely horrible and made it into something beautiful. And you guys helped us start our very first own endowment. And now that it's been taken over, I can share with you guys that 3 students are receiving $1,500 a piece this year. I met with the committee, very exciting. These were our first recipients. But thank you for that, and thank you for all the great things that you've done.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You know, Sean, I want to share this guy with you because, you know, I moved away and I came into San Diego. And when I look back, the magical relationships that you have with the people that are on our screen, the people that we worked with, there's this community of involvement that I didn't realize how close it was until you move away from it.
Yeah.
People are sitting up to the bar, they're doing things, you get a response back, there's a party, everybody shows up. And I think it's because of all of you that care about the community and our students and each other. It's admirable. I mean, I'm just blown away because I don't have that here. And I miss that. Kathleen, I need something. Okay, fine. Sean, I need something. So I congratulate you guys because you've just been incredible to work with and to see you just grow over the last years with your foundation.
And I'll answer that with Mary as well as everybody else who's watching. All you have to do is ask.
Yep.
The worst thing they're going to tell you is no.
No, exactly.
The worst thing they do is tell you no. But, you know, I know Jerry and Kathleen, you guys have got a busy day today. Is there any last words that you'd like to share on our last episode of Classroom Conversations?
Well, listen, we know where to find you, Sean.
I love it. Yes, you do.
Thank
We
you
know
for
where-
everything.
Yes.
You got it.
Thank you and good luck. We're so excited for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. And Chef Mary, as I've shared with you over the years, since starting this, I've got 2 Marys in my life. And there's another Mary I'd like to have join on the show who's been with us since day one, our very own Public Information Officer, Mary Perry. morning, Mary.
Hello. I feel like I'm watching the final episode of MASH, you know? It's like, wow, it's a great run, but now I'm crying.
An episode of MASH. I love the
The
comparison.
final. Ooh,
Really?
I don't know, you know, bye Klinger, bye, you know, bye everybody. Sean, you have been a joy to work with. I've known you for a lot of years, even before I started working here for Desert Sands. I knew you, and your energy and your enthusiasm, your can-do attitude, your what everyone else was saying is call Sean. I don't even have to call you, and you pitch right in, and you have really complemented the communications team. We feel that you've been a full team member in everything we do, and we hope that you feel the same way about us. So, yes, this is the final episode of Classroom Conversations hosted by Sean Webb. Give us the summer. Let us relook at everything. Let us evaluate everything that we do from the communications end of Desert Sands, and we'll come back with something else. And whatever that is, Sean will be a guest on the program, representing the work he will be doing for Riverside County Office of Education, which is very closely tied to the work. Excuse me a minute. The air has just been so bad lately.
I thought I was going to get choked up, Mary.
I know it is hurting that too.
Literally choked up.
I am choked up, but Sean will be working on early literacy at the county level, and Desert Sands is actually going to be his first project. The Valley will be his first project. So we look forward to having you be our guest on whatever communications we end up doing to share the information that you're doing on a project that I know is very, very dear to your heart. And I think you're going to continue to change the world.
Well, Mary, thank you so much. Working with you, as I told you, and working with Jan and Adriana and Blanche, and both Scott and Kelly, Angela, who's been there the entire time. It's
and the
not,
other Sean, because I
and the other Sean,
never
that's
know
right,
which
the other
Sean I'm
Sean.
talking about.
Yeah. You talk about a team, but I feel like we've become a family.
We have.
We're all texting nonstop throughout the day and night. It doesn't matter when it is, and not just about work stuff. And
That's
honestly,
right.
a lot of the
Family
times we text,
pictures.
it's not about work stuff. We're sharing
Yeah.
pictures of our family. We're sharing pictures of our moments. It might be pictures of food that we're eating. So I hope that continues on. I know that you and I will continue to have our lunches and so forth.
Absolutely.
But know this, Mary, with my new role, I will be contacting you after next year. Because Chef Mary, what my primary duties is to recruit senior citizens in the community to work with elementary age students. And
Wait a minute, Mary. Is he calling us senior citizens?
retired citizens. I can see Kathleen laugh in the background. It's hilarious.
So, Mary, you have nothing to worry about because he will keep you busy.
That's right. So when I retire
because
from Desert Sands, Sean will be my employer, I guess.
yeah, you have to watch slide because he just slides right in there. See, he slid right in there.
Yeah.
Now you have a job.
Yeah, he'll say, "You're showing up at this time, okay?" Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a great ride. I posted something on Facebook with some pictures, and I thought I'd share with you guys the pictures that I put on Facebook. Some pictures from my career. Some of them are kind of fun, but let me show you here. You guys may recognize some of the individuals here. This was my first year at Page Middle School as an assistant principal, and I worked for Derek Lawson at the time. He was our principal, and that's actually at my old house in Coachella. That picture's from 2007. So that was fun to kind of reminisce a little bit. But here we are. This was when I was first at La Quinta High School. Staff members you may know in there. You have Todd Biggert, who's right here on my left-hand side. And then you have our past assistant soup of Human Resources, Donna Salazar. Then you have Rebecca Cook, and then you have Pat Moon there. A lot of fun we had at La Quinta, right, Chef Mary? There we are with Chef Mary, the many events that we had, teaming up with Chef Reese and Chef Oscar and Chef Hervé, and there are Tim Bradley, just the great times that we had and our partnerships with KESQ, where it was amazing, where we had our pregame barbecue be the highlight of some of the
exactly.
Yeah.
And it was so good that we got our students to run it. That was a big coup. Yeah.
Here's the many times that we donated back to the community. As we said, Chef Mary and Mary Perry's, we love giving out big checks. So printing out big checks was fun. Where, we gave to Bianca Ray Foundation, the American Diabetes Association, American Cancer, the Heart Association. So it's just great to be involved with all of them. And Mary, this was one of the best parts that we got involved with when Top Chef filmed in our kitchen.
It was a secret.
It was a secret. Nobody knew. Mary Perry, did you even know about that when it happened?
Yes, you trust me with your secrets, Sean.
But I remember Chef Mary and I had to sign, $1 million do not disclose information clauses and so forth.
I was terrified I let it slip out.
I want to tell you that, on that episode, this is me on the golf cart there. That's me on the golf cart. They actually showed it. It's one thing I was known for at La Quinta High is on that golf cart. Kind of fun. This was our old team over at La Quinta, the staff that I worked with. Miss Tucker, Mr. Diaz, Dr. Shantz, Miss Peterson, and Mr. Schmidt. And then we made the 1 year, I was an assistant principal over at Palm Desert, which was a lot of fun and close to home, as there's my wife there. She worked over in Palm Desert as well, over at McCallum, so it was nice to see her all the time. As I shared earlier, today's May the 4th. I'm wearing my May the 4th t-shirt today. Here I am with Mr. Bebo, one of my close, near and dear friends who I see not only at school all the time, but at the hockey games as well. A lot of fun time there.
Not to mention all of our wonderful breakfasts and lunches when we planned things that the three of us would do together.
That's right. So this is kind of funny. When I was at Palm Desert, somebody did memes of all of us. And this was our entire team. The guy that looks like Mr. Clean, that's Dennis Zink in the corner there. I'm sure you can guess who I was. That's when I had the goatee at the time. That's Kevin Bebo below me. Let's see, Mr. Mazzei right next to me. And then in the bottom corner, that's Coach Salazar, and then Carol Dabrel in the middle there at the bottom. So it was funny when Rebecca Lopez, the art teacher, created that for us. But Mary, this is one of the most near and dear pictures that I have. Can you share what's going on here, Mary?
Absolutely. So we're members of an organization called CalSPRA, the California School Public Relations Association, as well as the national parent organization. And so Jan and Sean and I have been attending together as a team. We were fortunate enough to bring the superintendent with us this year, and we won a number of awards for many of our programs, including Classroom Conversations, our 30 readers in 30 days, and actually there was another one. What was the other one, Sean?
The community strategic plan.
That's right, our strategic plan. So we're pretty proud of those awards, and we're especially proud when we attend these that the other attendees come and recognize us. This year in particular, we did a presentation, the four of us, the seminar session, and we were asked, well, who does these videos? And we said, they're in-house. We do everything ourselves. And people couldn't believe it. They thought we hired agencies to do this. And we have several of our publications that have beautiful photography, as well as our school nutrition services trucks we've wrapped. And they said, well, wow, how do you do this? And we explain every single student in these photos is one of our kids, is a student at Desert Sands. And so those off-the-cuff comments are always very well appreciated as well. And we learn from each other. The organization is wonderful about sharing.
Definitely very validating when we go to these conferences.
It is.
Everybody's saying how well we're doing with everything.
Well, Mary, I think you've developed, and the other people and the administration, a thing of camaraderie between your teachers and your principals and your counselors and the janitors and whoever was in the school, that you come on the campus and you kind of don't feel like you're in school. You kind of feel like you just came to a work family, but yet it was structured. But it was always a nice feeling to come on the campus. One day I came on the campus and the cheerleaders are all out there cheerleading me as I came to the door. And I think it's admirable that you have an educational system that doesn't feel like an educational system, but it is because of all the personalities and the warmth. I mean, I always felt I was really welcome when I came over to the district office. Everyone says hello, and that's amazing that you created that, or that you and Sean have developed that.
Thank you. And I'd like to think that what we do on campus is just showing up on a campus and saying hi and talking about who we are and what we do, that's an educational process for the students as well. So my position at the district, of course, can be done, and I've done it, at many different kinds of organizations. I've worked in corporate America. I've worked at nonprofits, specifically museums. And so I think it's really helpful for the kids to understand that the people who work for the district, like you and me, Mary, are not teachers. We're not what's called certificated personnel. We had careers in other fields that have now been brought to the district. So I speak at a number of career fairs and often say that what do you want to do when you leave here? And people, I don't know. And I always say, do the thing you love the most. Pick the thing you love the most and find a career that fits that field. And I think you and I have done that, as has Sean, as he's grown beyond the classroom into not only administration, but now the the whole idea of developing new programs.
No, it's been a fun road working with both my Marys. I'll say that over the last 10 years. No, definitely been a lot of fun with that.
It has.
We do have a couple of comments, and then I'll kind of wrap us up. We talk about some of our friends over the years and so forth. But both you guys know this individual very well, Deputy Rick Contreras.
Oh my gosh.
That's right. Chef Mary and I met him back in 2013 when we worked over at La Quinta High School together, and his wife Tina as well. And he was our SRO at the time. Yeah. And Chef Mary, I want to say he was probably one of your most avid customers at the time too. We won't talk about that.
If it's true, are you a customer?
Client. There we go. Client.
Oh, okay.
I
have a feeling there was no money exchanging hands in this.
Well, not that you know of.
All right, we're gonna. Another person who's watching is our very own Chef Mary's sister, who's watching us from
Oh, my
Rochester, New
sister.
York.
Aw.
Thank you, Carol, for joining us. Very nice. But ladies, thank you. It's been a pleasure working with both of you. It's been a pleasure working for Desert Sands. And
Can you play the MASH song going out, Sean?
if you would have asked me a long
I know,
time
I
ago,
just
I could have
thought of
probably
it.
queued it up.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I could have probably queued it up, definitely. But
Who's Klinger?
Klinger was the corporal who thought that he could get out of the military by being a nonconformist, but it didn't work. Mhm.
I
And
think
then, of
that's
course,
all of us.
Radar and his teddy bear. Mhm.
Yes. Don't you think we're all kind of nonconformists in one way or another? We just
The three of
We
us
make it work.
certainly are. Mhm.
Yeah.
But as I sign off, I just want to say thank you to our major, corporate sponsors that we had this year, as well as our partners and so forth. It was our first year to have a corporate sponsorship with Desert Care Network, where they sponsored multiple things throughout the year. So that was outstanding. Aqua Caliente has been a long time great friend of Desert Sands, Kate, as well as her whole team over there. Thank you, Kate Anderson. Prep Sports Weekly, I know that Kevin Pillow is going to continue on with doing the halftime show. He's excited to do that for the foundation, as well as highlight our kids. And then I'm sure Craig Campbell will definitely still be a friend of the foundation and so forth. But thank you all, and thank these individuals here. I honestly don't know what else to say.
Thank you, Sean.
Well, Sean, it was an incredible ride, and I look back on all the fun memories and whatever, and I'm not sad at all. I'm grateful that that you trusted me with the program, that the foundation embraced what we did. That was really important to me to know, and I made it a point not to let you down or to show up and to do it, even when I didn't want to do it. But you have that way of making everybody feel very special in their life, and I appreciate that.
And I think, now that Sean has called us out as senior citizens, we can admit that you and I are both old enough to be Sean's mother.
Oh, yes, I am.
Yep. So this send-off from your two Marys is with great pride, Sean. We're very, very proud of you and are thrilled about your next endeavor.
Well, like I've told everybody, and I'll say it again, I'm not going anywhere. You'll see me as a PTO daddy.
Yep.
Desert Sands, I'm still living here in La Quinta, city of La Quinta. You'll see me in a new fashion. I can't wait to be out in the community more. But thank you all. And this is Sean Webb, your Director of Community Engagement and Educational Foundations, signing off for Classroom Conversations. You guys have a great one.
Bye, Sean. See you in July, Mary.
You bet.